You're tuned in to Eastside Certified. DJ MH to the brand new banger. Exclusive hot. Bury those cockroaches.
What's good, people? It's the Pride of the Eastside, DJ MH to the. Welcome back to Eastside Certified. And today, I have the pleasure of having one of my favorite artists, one of my favorite MCs, one of my favorite femcs, and I don't even like to group men and women artists together, but you know that's the thing to say, so I'm gonna say it. I was thinking about this since we booked this interview. Like, when was the first time that I meet this young lady? And I can't put my finger on it, but I want to say it was at an Illinois show. So shout out to Illinois. I believe it was my first time I got to see her rock the stage. And not only did I get to see her rock the stage, I got to see her perform as a Wonder Twin. And we're going to get into all of that dopeness. And like, it's a joy and it's a pleasure because we got so much to talk about. Mika Luciano is on Eastside Certified.
Yo,
how you doing, Mika?
Hi. Hello. I think it was an Illinois event that we met, but that was a while back.
Long time ago.
We've been locked in for a minute.
Absolutely.
So it's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited. This is actually my first interview since I've been back on the scene.
Yeah,
so.
it is. Listen.
Special. It's special.
It's showtime. I appreciate that because so let's start at the beginning, right? Because we're gonna get into the hiatus and everything. So you were doing your thing, dropping singles. You had the videos with the furs. You and Lingerie out here clowning, doing your thing.
Shout out my boo.
Shout out to Lingerie. And talk about that. How you get started?
Well, really, I have been an artist my entire life.
Okay.
Even as a little girl, like I used to be in the kitchen with the broom, just performing songs. And so I've always been like an artist, entertainer, performer, a poet, all of that. When I was in SIU down in Carbondale, I came across, that's when I actually met like my bro, my Wonder Twin, Law the Dragon.
Shout Law.
My homie Dev, they are like my inspirations into really stepping into my creative bag and that confidence.
Okay.
And they used to have this program called Underground Arts, where they used to do open mics weekly, and all of the students would just come together. They'd be down there performing and everything, and they'll catch me, rapping or spitting on the side, but I would never perform. And it wasn't until one day Dragon, we was in my dorm room, and he was like, I wrote these bars, sis, I want you to check them out. And he spit some of the coldest bars I had ever heard. And I'm just like, what? And I started rapping back, and it just went from there. And after I dropped out, I had my daughter, and school just wasn't in the plans at the time. So I dropped out of school, and I was like, I didn't really want to be there in the first place. I was only going because that's what my family depicted as my journey. So
right.
I did that for a little while, but then having my child, I'm like, I have to show her that it's okay to follow your dreams, whatever they may be. As long as you don't give up on them and you are invested and committed, good things will happen. So that's when I was like, forget it at this point. Now I got my homie Devin, who he dropped out of school too and was doing his thing in the music. And he was just like, come on, it was like a collective of us in what we call Granny's basement.
Okay.
And we was all down there just recording for hours, just spitting for hours and hours and hours. And I was like, forget it. We went over to Soundscape with Jabari. I did my first project over there, and it was just like, I don't know, it was just like an adrenaline rush after that. And I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Word.
And it was over from now.
Hit the scene. She told out, if you have never seen her perform, you need to make sure you're in the building, because listen, this woman raps for real. Like, so the Bipolar Beauty, where did that nickname come from?
Well, when I was really trying to establish my identity as an artist, I was at the same time going through a really rough time in my family.
Okay.
I have a very near and dear family member who actually committed suicide from bipolar depression. Thank you. And when she left the note, our takeaway from that was just basically, had we had enough of a conversation about mental health, we probably could have saved some lives.
Word.
And that I know that just goes across the board with our families in general. Now you see mental health as more of a focus and it's more of a topic, but then it wasn't. And so it's like, what can I do to make this a conversational piece? So the first thing I did, I named my first project Project Gemini Naturally Bipolar. Boom, put it there. Then I tatted it on my chest, so every time you see me, it's right here. And people ask me about it, and I say, you know what, that's how the Bipolar Beauty brand evolved, because I wanted to make it known that it's not a ploy, it's not a gimmick, this is actually something beautiful, and we can embrace what they look at as our imperfections. I just call them categories. So now, in me doing that, I come across all different type of people that appreciate that, and even, you know, can identify with it. So they're on the internet hashtagging Bipolar Beauty, just because they can relate to it and identify with it and appreciate that sentiment too. So
dope. And what I appreciate most about what you just said is not only the awareness that it brings, but for you to take something with a negative connotation and turn it into an actual brand to, you know, again, spread awareness and help others. That's super dope. So music wise, what's been up? Okay, wait, 'cause I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. So a while ago, shout out to the Dream Team, shout out to Wild, shout out to Radio Rahima. We was sitting around, we was talking about the Chicago music scene, right? And some of our favorites and what's been going on with them. And I believe it was me. I'm like, yo, what's up with Mika? And they like, what you mean? I'm like, yo, I've been seeing her online, and she been doing like a lot of funny comedy skits. Don't get me wrong, it's funny. I enjoy it because I get to really see your, I get to see your personality, right? But I wasn't hearing the music, and we wasn't, you know, getting the visuals or the open mic. You wasn't performing no more or nothing. We like, yo, what's up? I'm like, what's up with Mika? Like, she too talented. I'm gonna have to hit her up, right? And so then all of a sudden he's like, nah, because we was having a conversation. He like, nah, it's a surprise dropping tomorrow. I'm like, what? And so this freestyle drops on Illinois radio of Mika Luciano, right? God is my witness, my wife, and she does not care about the Chicago music scene, the artists and all of that. That's my thing, right? She got her favorites. Shout out to the baby, that's her guy. but she saw Mika rap and she say, yo, who is that? I'm like, who? She bring me to her IG. I'm like, oh, that's Mika. How you find that? She was like, wow, reposted that, and oh my God, she got it. Like, she really rapping. I watched it like 5 times. So I'm like, yeah, Mika back. So Mika, you back? What's good?
I'm back.
Why the hiatus?
Well, really, it was a struggle mentally, emotionally, financially. I'm gonna be honest.
Let's go.
You know, as a single mom, you know, a Black woman, it's a lot going on, and it's a lot to process. I don't have a team. Most of the things I'm doing at my own dollar. I'm literally solo out here doing everything.
Word.
So it can become overwhelming. On top of that, my daughter is coming into herself. So it's certain traits and behaviors and things that I need to invest in for her, more importantly, to make sure she's walking a good path.
Word.
And I'm not as absent in her development. On top of that, you got family things going on. It's like I have, over the course of the last 4 years, I've lost people. Wow. I've struggled, like losing jobs, losing friends. It was just a lot of loss. And I really had to dive into my mental health and get me back right and ready, and also learn my business. Okay. Because when I was putting out music and doing things, I started seeing that I was getting really good response, but I wasn't reaping the benefits financially. And I'm just like, I have to protect my work. I have to get back to the drawing board, figure out how I can do this in the right way so that I'm not investing all of this money and then I'm not seeing a return. So it was a lot of reasons why I took a hiatus. But in the last month, I just dropped 4 singles.
Facts.
I just dropped 5 visuals.
Facts.
And I'm planning an album release really, really soon. I'm not even putting a date on it. when it's time, it's time. So when I say I'm back and I'm hitting the ground running, no more hiatuses. I got it.
I love it. I love to hear it. Shout out to Ruel as well, because Ruel was he's a part of Eastside Certified, and so he stopped by and he was like, man, bro, my bad, I had to miss a meeting or something. He's like, but I'm working. I'm like, what you mean? He's like, Mika. I'm like, that's all you gotta say. I don't even need to know what's happening. That's all you gotta
my boy.
say.
Yes, we locked in. And when I tell you why I love working with Raw, because in the Chicago music scene, well, in the music scene in general, artists are starting to get more creative with their visuals now. But when I wanted to do things like dress up as Sub-Zero, I want to jump off a bit, make it look like I'm jumping off a bit, or whatever crazy ideas I have, these videographers would be like, what? Yeah. Raw would be like, oh, bro, let's write the treatment. Let's, like, he'd be so excited. Right. And I'm just like, yes, this is the energy that I need so we can put our minds together, get creative, and get outside the box. I really like working with him.
Facts. So let's speak about that creativity. Where do you get that from, and because I believe that's what separates you, as well as the lyrical skills from other women. But the creativity, let's talk about that. What makes you decide to be like so outside of the box the way you are?
Well, I always say my mind is very colorful. So when y'all see things, I might see something. I might see it in a different way. I don't know. I just always been weird. I've always been different. And I want to make sure that when you see me, you remember it. It's something that you haven't seen before, or it's something that you're going to take with you. Because when I was just out here just rapping to people, it's like a lot of people can rap. A lot of people are talented, but you're going to remember when you see me. Yeah. And you have to do that in not only your sound, but in your visuals too. Because that's what make people say, hey, cut on that video when she was in a straitjacket and she was locked up in a sane asylum, like stuff like that. Yeah. People remember that. They might not even know what the song title is, but they're gonna remember certain aspects. And I always want to give that with anything that I do.
I love it. So you mentioned the new project. You got a title? When we get a release date? All that? What's happening?
See,
I'm thirsty. I'm the thirstiest
I
DJ
don't
around.
I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give it away. Just know that this project, I've been working on this album for 3 years. And every time I go back to it, it just keeps getting better and better and better. So it's definitely going to be worth the wait, but I don't want to give it away. I actually did announce it before, but you have to go and search in like one of my old interviews to see, because I put the title and everything out there. But I'm not going to tell people.
I think I got it. I got to find it. I think I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, but it's out there, but it's coming.
I dig it. So we spoke about the Wonder Twins earlier. What's going on with that? Like, are we going to finally get that project, or what's happening? Because I see Law out here working, and he got a lot going on too. Still dropping music, killing the battle rap scene. Shout out to you, Law, because I do. I see you and I pay attention to everybody. Yeah. But the Wonder Twins is, first of all, let me describe something. I've never seen. Of course, we've seen two artists go back to back, but I can't recall seeing a male and female artist go back to back and spit bar for bar, like, ridiculously, right? And not only that, I found out something in an interview. I think the last interview we did, that y'all wasn't writing nothing down.
He will not let me write. When we create a song, it's literally we either at home, in my crib, his crib, or we're in the studio. The beat is going, and we'll just pick whoever go first. You spit out the bars, and we don't even count out the lines. We don't do none of that. It just organically flows. And it worked for us for the intro to Wonder Twins all the way up to the last song we did on the project, which is coming. But again, even with that, it's just a process. It's a planning process. So we strategically did that. I'm Good video that we just dropped. We did that on purpose to let people know.
I saw him.
Let people know, like, the Wonder Twins are coming. Yeah. We coming, but I don't want to speak too much about what I got in the works. It's like I can't give it all away.
But it's Eastside certified. You gotta give it all away. It's me.
But yeah, we definitely are planning to drop that project really soon. It's been finished for a while, but we literally just had a conversation, I think 2 weeks ago, about when we're gonna start preparation for promoting that. So definitely soon. Definitely very, very soon.
Mika, how do you balance being a mom and an artist at the same time, as well as working and taking care of the family? Like, how do you find your balance?
Well, I don't. I don't. It's multiples of me. That's how. Mm-hmm. Like, when I go home, I'm Shamika. When I'm handling the business, I'm either Mika Luciano or I'm Blow. It just depends on who I'm dealing with. Mm-hmm. But it's literally that you have to plan. You have to know exactly what you want to do. Have a goal set up. And then from there, figure out how to attain them goals. And then set a schedule and just do it. Like, I mean, I really can't explain it in words because it does get overwhelming. And I am very, very busy. Like I just said, I just had to take a 15-minute nap in the car because, like, life is busy like that. But when you're really hungry and when you're really passionate, you make a way. You don't make excuses.
Facts.
So that's it. But I always make sure everything that I do, I'm looking at how it will affect my daughter. Mm-hmm. What benefits is this going to bring her in her life? So, yeah.
So what do you do for you, though? What do you do for fun? Like, how do you separate yourself from mommy, and how do you separate yourself from the music and all that?
Well, I'm really into nature. I'm really into, like, adventure. So I try to go out, and even if I'm just going downtown to walk around or just exploring a new neighborhood, I do things like that. I take trips. I don't know. I seize the opportunities when I can, so I don't really have like a specific answer for that. I just like to enjoy life, even if it's just spending time with people. I've lost 2 very dear people in the last year, and so now fun for me is being able to sit down, have some food, come to your house, get on your nerves, like whatever it is, right, just to take a load off and not even think about work, business, or anything like that. So
I dig that. So Mika, listen, I got a million questions I want to ask you, right?
Oh.
So the Chicago music scene, what's your take on it before we get into all that stuff? What's your take on the Chicago music scene? What's your pros and cons? What you love, what you hate?
Like I said, I do love the fact that more artists are getting creative. One thing for sure, I know the women, the ladies they coming.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they're here.
Facts.
So I love to see that, and it's a lot of women that I would love to work with out of the city. But
like who? I'm sorry. I want to know real quick. Like who could you see yourself doing some records with?
One in particular person that's on the front of my mind, and I can't wait because we actually just discussed doing the song. Her name is Kid Taylor.
Okay.
When I tell you I love her,
dope,
and the energy is reciprocated, because when I hit her up and said I want to do a song with her, she was like, "Yes, Mika, let's do it." I'm like, that's right. What I'm talking about. I love her. But yes, and actually I'm working on a project called Blood of the Shy with Chocolate Berry and a couple of other very talented artists. Yeah. So look out for that. It's coming. But Naima, I've been telling Naima for years that I wanted to do a song with her, and I still, Naima, want to do a song with you.
Facts. Shout out to Naima.
Yes, Sasha, we got to join out the Vampires track, but I want to do another one with her. I mean, the list is very, very long.
That's a very talented list you got, too. I love it.
Yes, I love them. Give it up for the ladies, Facts. For real.
So, okay, but back to the question, though. Back to the scene, Chicago music scene.
Trash.
Okay.
I'm going to just say that. It's trash. And not because of talent but simply because of the way it's structured.
Okay.
I do feel like we need to, the same way people say you need to go to Atlanta or New York, and we need to be that, because I do feel like we set the tone for a lot of things in the industry.
Facts.
And we don't come together enough or show enough love right here in our own soil to the artists for us to be able to come up together. We can have massive conglomerates right here.
Indeed.
If we just wanted to see each other win more. So that's why I say it's trash, because if you're not clouded up, I've always been an introvert. I've always been to myself, so I've never been what they call a clout chaser. I have problems with even managing my social media because I live in the moment. And people, when I'm working with like PRs and things, they be like, you need to post this, I'm not that, I'm not a social media. My life lit behind the scenes.
Oh God.
In real life, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, I really feel like if we could, I just lost my train of thought. If we could come together more as a unit and really push for the success of all of the artists, the hardworking artists, and not just because they're clouded up or whatever. I think we will see a lot more on the rise artists.
Yeah.
They do a lot of blackballing out here too. It's a lot of haters that are in positions of power that want to see their people keep going and don't want to let nobody else in. And then too, the message in the music, like, yes, we are the capital of drill, whatever, but we have a lot of dope artists that make music for the soul, music for change, music for positivity. And I just feel like we could shine a little more light on that versus all of the drill sounds. But that's just my take on it.
What's your end goal with the music?
Oh, I'm going to be the best rapper alive. Matter of fact, I am. But I want to be a superstar. I just want to change lives. I want to see my legacy unfold before my eyes as well as others. And I want to be listed with the greats, the legends.
I love that. I love your honesty. Mika, you're one of my favorites.
Thank you.
For real.
Period.
So, you gonna touch the stage for me?
I definitely am. And I got my new single, Vibes, that I just dropped that I would like to perform.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
And she ain't performed it nowhere else, so you're going to get it first right here on Eastside Certified. Let the people know your social media.
Oh, y'all can follow me at Mika Luciano, MikaLuciano, and that's basically on every platform, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. It's all the same.
And she funny too. Like I said, I love her personality, because she be like, brother, sister, and like break down.
I don't know everything, but
it'd be hilarious. This Eastside Certified DJ MH Tutter. Mika finna hit the stage. I'm gonna get behind the turntables. We be right back.
Eastside Certified.
Are you in tune with Eastside Certified? If not, you need to be. Eastside Certified is a platform dedicated to underground and exclusive content. Check out eastsidecertified.com for exclusive mixes, interviews, videos, and just added Eastside Certified Radio. That's right, we play some of the dopest underground music in the world. Be sure to stop by the shop and copy some Eastside Certified merch. eastsidecertified.com. Get in tune.
You're tuned in.
Eastside Certified.
Check 1, 2, it's the pride of the Eastside. DJ MH Tutter, welcome to Eastside Certified. Yo, it's only right. Mika Luciano is in the building. DJ MH Tutter's on the ones and twos. It's showtime. Let's go. Mika gonna show y'all why she one of the best. You ready, Mika?
I'm ready.
Talk your talk.
Period. Look,
it's Tutter.
Look, it be the vibes. They don't want me outside. You not with the shit, you lied. I've been pressure all my life. It's all in my lap, calling me bae, and I call you a attached. Smoking on hay and it come in a batch. I take it to places, don't come on the map. Look, bitch, I'm a vibe. They don't want me outside. You not with the shit you lied. I've been pressure all my life. Fall in my lap, calling me bae and I call you attached. Smoking on hay and it come in a batch. I take it to places, don't come on the map. Let's go. It can go up. Y'all know I'm known for not giving a fuck. I told them, hold on, I ain't giving it up. Dying inside, but living it up. Killing my pride, I'm still showing love. I've been in the slums, I know about crumbs, been blowing them funds. I made it because I ain't been the one, I'm playing it up, yeah. I'm misunderstood. One thing I know is I know how to judge. Scary is nice, but time me to should. Wishing they would, not sure if they should. Don't really know me, I ain't in the hood. Don't really show it, just know that I'm good. Ain't hit a hope, I'm covering that wood. You just been posing, ain't hard as you look, yeah. Bitch, I'm a vibe. They don't want me outside. You not with the shit you lied. I've been pressure all my life. Fall in my lap, calling me bae and I'll call you attached. Smoking on hay and it come in a batch. I take it to places, don't come on the map. Bitch, I'm a vibe. They don't want me outside. You not with the shit you lied. I've been pressure all my life. Fall in my lap, calling me bae and I call you attached. Smoking on hay and it come in a batch. I take it to places, don't come on the map. I go nutty, wrist on floody, picture muddy with my cutty. We not buddies, all them love me, but don't touch me. Not your poopy, it's your toupee, like I'm Lupe. Let the cool play. If you can't push, we get ruthless. We gon' do that, yeah. Tell them I'm sorry, been through more family feuds than Harvey. Swear my heart in these J's to the party. Gave him my line just to take it to Ferrari. We could been players for Sega Atari. And I created and made a monster. And I've been sending more pictures than Mari. Thought I was coming, I'm just getting started. I'm misunderstood. One thing I know is I know how to jug. Scary is nice, but tell me to shug. Wishing they would, not sure if they should. Don't really know me, I ain't in the hood. Don't really show it, just know that I'm good. Ain't here to hold you, I'm covering that wood. You just been posing, ain't hard as you look, yeah. It be the vibes, they don't want me outside. You not with the shit you lied. I've been pressure all my life. All my life, fall in my lap. Calling me bae and I call you attached. Smoking no hand and come in a batch. I take it to place and don't come on the map. Bitch, I'm a vibe. They don't want me outside. You not with the shit you lied. I've been pressure all my life. Fall in my lap. Calling me bae and I call you attached. Smoking no hand and come in a batch. I take it to place and don't come on the map.
Eastside certified.
Period. Make sure y'all stream that. It's out everywhere right now.